Greetings and salutations of peace. Welcome to the only original Black revelations, the only original Black information concerning the esoteric or the deeper wisdom of our people as concerned the Black Revolution. The only original information, the higher information coming from others, coming from the white scientists or the white researchers, is spliced and interjected with biasness. If they tell us about the false flags, if they tell us about the Project Bluebeam, it is interjected with, we must be careful. There's a war going on between good and evil, and they talk about Jesus. It is sad to note that there are no Black people on this higher level. I have found none over the last 36 years of my research, my study, and my teachings. There are no Black scholars. There are no Black researchers giving us the information that we need at this time. So what you have here from the Rastafari Mystery School via your brother, the Rastafari, Ital is the only original information. We are in deep doo-doo, people. Our heads have been turned to entertainment. We care more about entertainment. Our eyes are focused on entertainment instead of the truth. There are things happening in the world today that we must look at. If not, we are in trouble, people. We are in trouble. So we present to you the Holy Book of Wonder. If it is not too late, we ask you to purchase the Holy Book of Wonder. How else will you get it? It cannot be given to you free. And you have been scammed by every other Black person, and you have spent thousands upon thousands of dollars buying nothing but illusions. Truth has been presented to you, but you will not accept it because it is not entertaining. As it's written in the Holy Scripts, and we know that the Holy Scripts come from the ancient Sumerian tablets. We know that the wisdom of thought is the correct wisdom, but it is written in your script as allegory, metaphor, and similes, every noun having a deeper level of meaning. We have deciphered that truth over the years, and we present it to you here in the Holy Book of Wonder. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, we call it the Holy Master Blaster Jamming. The bottom line is the plight of the Black man in the wilderness of North America was to be free from chattel slavery. That never happened. There were certain political correct moves, such as Lincoln freeing the slaves, so-called. It went to a different level due to political reasons, North and South relationships. Then it came up into the 1960s. So-called Martin Luther King did his thing, and it went to another level, but time itself would have brought about that change. So now, in the 21st century, with George Soros' Black Lives Matter, we see where President Obama passed a same-sex marriage bill, and a plethora of gay Black people have come forward. Some say they have always been there, hiding in the closets or in the shadows. But I say these are genetically engineered spirit experiments through genetically modified foods, etc. So what we have in this spiritual war is casualties of that war. So we come from the chattel slavery. Now it is to survive the natural disasters that is coming about due to the mindset of the world, the mindset of the government, the raping of the earth, etc. And as the Bible said, when the children of the Bible, when the people of the Bible became like Sodom and Gomorrah, like it is today, there came a flood. So in essence, we are to survive this flood. No one has come forward that we be free, or that we, like the children of Israel, be led through the Red Sea, or that we escape the natural deluge that is coming forward, that is prevalent right now, that we can see it happening right before our eyes. We know of the elliptical orbit ship Nibiru, who has caused it, as closer it gets, the more we feel it. Earthquakes in diverse places. So our script, our Bible tell us that when it get a time like this, then we feel like no man knows the hour because of religion. So no one is coming forward with information of our safety. How can we survive? None other than your brother, the Rastafari, Ital, I, with his holy book of wonder. And the essence of that is the Master Blaster Jamming. Bob Marley, our prophet, said, we free our people with music. So scientifically, we have found that sound vibration will save us in this last hour. It is for us to contact the builders of the pyramids who are still alive, who are waiting on us, and it is written in allegory, metaphor, simile in the Bible. For the children of Israel, the children of the light, Sirius, cried out in unison, the gods, or it is written in the Bible, God remembered the covenant. And the Quran says it is binding on Anunnaki or Allah to save us. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. Yes, I am. Greetings and salutations of peace. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. At this time, we call it the Holy Master Blaster Jamming. I am your brother, the Rastafari, Ital, Ayman, I. We have reached that time in his story, brother against brother, sister against sister, mother against father, mother against son, mother against daughter, father against son, etc., etc. This is the reality of the revolution. It is my feeling that I am on a sinking boat of fools. In retrospect, 2/21/2017, there was a debate of the decade, it was dubbed. There was a debate in the National Press Club with the ex-founder or ex-leader of the new Black Panther Party against the counselor, a brother who had a role in the Matrix, Dr. Cornel West. This debate was supposedly to be about where do we go from Trump, being that Donald Trump is in office. It was talked about, this debate was to be the debate of the century. A few people came, well, the room was filled, I must say. And there were people who came, and I asked some of them, what did they get out of the debate? A few people admitted that there was nothing gained. It was the same thing that they have been hearing for decades, rhetoric. And I came to the debate as a journalist and as a revolutionary, as a Rastafari revolutionary, to ask a question of Dr. Cornel West. A few questions, that is. Knowing the urgency of the hour, I presented to him it that many of you know as my life's work, the Master Blaster Jamming. Following the teachings of the Rastafari, the Prophet Bob Marley says, we free our people with music. So looking at the esoteric side of things, I asked Dr. Cornel West, why or how was he chosen, or who chose him for the movie Matrix? His answer was, that's a good question. They called me. So I told him that I came to the debate that it not be in vain, knowing that nothing would come out of it, knowing that there would be no strategies coming out of the debate, being in attendance of many debates since the 1980s, hundreds of debates, and there is nothing that ever come out of these debates among our people. It's like Christians going to church and getting a feel-good vibration and then going home and doing the same thing that they normally did. So it appears that we are looking for a solution to our problem, and every man, black man you see walking time or walking down the streets, you ask him about the black problem. He knows what the black problem is, and he can articulate the black problem to you as if though he is not part of that problem himself. So there has been a psychosis that has set in where the black man has been deemed null and void. There's a certain insanity. So I have presented over the last 36 years what is called the Master Blaster Jamming, simply a concert in the essence of the word, unity, a coming together of different elements, fusing, rising above the seemingly contradiction. We know that everything that was created by sound of vibration, and it is written in a place for us to see in the Holy Scripts that when the children of Israel, meaning the children of light, cried out in unison, the gods, or it is written in the Bible, God remembered the covenant. Problem is, there is no understanding of the essence of life. It that we call God dwells within me as me, dwells within you as you. From the tiniest atom to the largest star is it that we call God. There is a lack of understanding about this. Therefore, there is a problem. Yes, I am. So, I have written a book over the last 36 years called The Holy Book of Wonder, which entails the quest to promote this concert. And as I met Dr. Cornel West at the so-called debate of the century, held by a young man who seeks power, Malik Zulu Shabazz, who was under the tutelage of the late Khalid Muhammad, under the tutelage of the late Dr. Khalid Muhammad. A lot of brothers say that they will be willing to join others in this so-called unity of black liberation, but that is a farce. That is not true. That is a blatant lie. Reason being, ego. So we're at 11:45, or we shall say 11:59, and we have one more minute before midnight. Many are called, but few are chosen. It is a fact. And it appears that there is no hope for this ship of sinking fools. So we present to them on all levels. Gil Scott Heron says the revolution will not be televised. There are things that are going on behind the scene that many of you do not know about. So the revolution is not being televised, and I myself is doing a lot of things that no one is aware of, trying to get the word out, what we have to do before it's too late. You know, we hear the white people talking about global warming. We talk about Nibiru. They talk about many things, the earthquakes that are happening. One thing that is taking place is it pertains to Revelations 12, which is basically the essence of my teachings. Revelation 12, which will be a pivotal reality in the three-dimensional world, September 23rd, 2017, just about 6 months away. So it is very urgent that we organize to have this concert called Mastery Blaster Jamming. But over the 36 years, trying to get to Stevie Wonder, whom I met in the year 1981, the year Bob Marley had died, the year that he had the Rally for Peace press conference to get the Martin Luther King birthday bill passed as a national holiday, told me to get it together and get it back to him. Since that time, I have had no such luck. There have been entities surrounding him who would not allow me to get to him. Men in Black, this is a reality. The Rota Group, which has been one of his main security groups over the years, would not allow me to get to him. I have been very close. I've been on stage with him. I've sat beside him on stage, delivering him messages in Braille. I have walked with him down the hall to the press room to be dragged out by security. I have fought with his brothers literally at his studios there in Burbank, California. I have literally sat down, talked to his wife. I have talked to his late manager, Ewart Abner, before he died, who promised me a concert. From the Holy Book of Wonder, you will see and you will read about all of this that I have done over the years to bring this information to the public. You know, many brothers bring forth the information that Rastafari, as you see it, is not Rastafari. Rastafari is a black liberation movement. I have been preaching the black liberation movement and teaching it and living it for the last 36 years. So I'm here today to tell you that it appears that we are doomed. There is a planet. There is Dr. Zachariah Sitchin brought it to our attention in his Earth Chronicles, one book called The Lost Book of Enki, which explained to us, teaches us about the Anunnaki. And my research tells us that the Anunnaki and the planet Sirius is very important in this liberation of the black people, which most of us do not look at. We look at things like down in New York, the Sarasusetis, the Saranetas, and all the buffoonery. I mean, those brothers can be used for good. That's one reason I went to D.C. on the 21st. I saw Saraneta there. I didn't talk to him, but Saraneta appeared to be a good guy. He has a news source there, and Malik Shabazz used him to film the event, and he was a very quiet person, dressed very well, and seemed to be a very intelligent and nice being. He didn't say too much to anyone. He was just doing his job. So we see that there is a news source there that has a lot of attention that could be used to deliver the message. But the problem is that the populace is not accustomed to listening to sound right reason. They are accustomed to being entertained. And as you see, I am not too much on the entertainment level. I bring sound right reason, right information, i.e. information place right information, and I break down the walls of illusion that you explore the practicality of new information. Perfect example of how it is in the world. I did a video concerning the so-called debate of the decade, which I realized it was not, so I made a video in that vein. And one brother who is stuck on economics, he is a student of Les Brown and the people of that ilk. His name eludes me. Let me see briefly here if I could find his name, and I would be able to relate to you this brother's name. But anyway, while I am searching his name, I want to say to you that his reply to my discourse anti debate was that he was one of the happy beings, and he insinuated that I was one of the sad beings. So he called people. He calls himself the success scholar, Aki Me, and he says that he is happy. He's among the happy beings. He's not one of the sad beings of the planet. So he sees that he is successful because he talks about economics, black people amassing money, black people. But these brothers are not revolutionaries. They are brothers seeking attention, fame, and they are not really cultured. I mean, we just face one fact. There is no black face on the dollar bill. There has never been a black face on the dollar bill. So it cannot be said that money is, I know that we need money, true, but what we need at the moment, knowing that the poles are shifting and that there are many natural disasters that are occurring. In other words, to make a long story short, we're at the end of time. So none of the brothers speak of end of time. They don't speak of spiritual things, and the one that does speak of spiritual things don't realize that the Bible and most of our script is allegory, metaphor, and similes, and basically every noun of the Bible specifically has a deeper level of meaning. So I am here today, first day of March. February has passed us by. I'm here to say that we are in trouble if we do not organize quickly, come together and have the concert, which is of science dealing with sound vibration. We're in very big trouble. We will be destroyed every so many hundred years if we would look at the different cultures, the different ancient cultures, Greek, Egyptian, ancient Maya culture. We'll notice that around 500 years being the maximum, these cultures were wiped totally out. So ancient Rome lie in ruins today as proof of this fact. So the mystery Babylon is fixing to be destroyed. It has become a cage of every foul and unclean bird. So I am bringing you the essence of the Rastafari movement, and all the wisdom that derives from the Rastafari movement is written in my book over the last 36 years, which is synonymous to the 3,600-year elliptical orbit of the orb ship Nibiru, and the 36 years since the death of Bob Marley, i.e. also Bob Marley died at the age of 36, which was a part of our oral tradition, the Kabbalistic wisdom of the black man in the wilderness of North America. So we ask you to quickly look at the Holy Book of Wonder. We will leave a link here that you take a look at the Holy Book of Wonder and compare what I have been teaching for the last 36 years to the information, to the rhetoric that you have been getting from all the rest of the people. There is still time if people would just drop their biasness and you know, it is said that many are called but few are chosen, and there will only be a certain amount of people saved. But I would like to beat the odds. It can be done. You know, this thing that we call God, some people say no man knoweth the hour, but I explained that in my blog, UNN13, blogspot.com. I'll leave a link here also to that. I explain these things to you where these people say no man knoweth the hour. We do know the hour. So we are at the point of midnight right now. So it is urgent that you heed the word. There has been things in history all along that has told us what time it was and told us where we're at right now. So I am showing you that this is what is written, the essence of what is written, the essence of what has been left for us on the walls of the Great Pyramid was found in the Rastafari movement. It is found in the teachings of your brother, the Rastafari, Ital, I. written in the Holy Book of Wonder. I have written over 8 books self-published at lulu.com. I advise you to search into that, to look into that information, because that information is very vital to us at this time. You are now into On the One, the Force itself. At this time we call the Holy Master Blaster Jack. Everything has been watered down. We all know that we are on a boat of sinking fools. We hear the dogs barking. Who will let them out? We are slaves in this captivity. Who will free us? As it is said already from the prophet Bob Marley, we free our people with music. The gods has given us sound vibration. The pyramids were built upon sound vibration. We have that same technology today in the proposed concert, as it is said in the music of the prophet George Clinton. The mothership will fly like it always does. So we must look beyond the hypocrisy. Let us all join as one, children in Jah, as it is written, in a place for us to see. When we're moving in the positive, our destination is the brightest star, Sirius. And we know that what we see upon the stage of black liberation is not black liberation. We realize that George Soros has introduced to us what we call Black Lives Matter, a part of the same-sex marriage agenda. And we know that from the 1960s, it is the same movement as COINTELPRO. And we know that the Black Liberation Movement appears to be dead. But it is written by the prophet Gil Scott-Heron, the revolution will not be televised. So this information that is very vital coming to you from your brother the Rastafari, Ital, Ayman I, is a true redemption of the Black Liberation Movement, as is said by the prophet Bob Marley already. Soon we will find out who is the real revolutionaries. So now it is time for us to come forth, the true ones, and support each other in this final hour, because the walls of Babylon has been broken down. Bob Marley say, when the heathen's back is upon the wall, rise up, freedom fighters, rise up, take your stance again. This is the hour that we are in currently. We see what is presented before us, the Funky Reggae Party. The white people have infiltrated the movement. We don't even want to talk about that. We know what that's all about. We know that at the time of the death of Bob Marley, what happened. We know that they had to kill Bob Marley in order to usher in the rap movement. We know this. This has been documented. This is sound documentation. What we present to you today is the Holy Book of Wonder. We ask you to check it out real fast, because we don't have that much time left. At the time of the so-called Great Debate, the debate of the decade in Washington, D.C., by Malik Zulu Shabazz and Dr. Cornel West, from that time the portal has been open. I traveled down to the so-called American Stonehenge in Elberton, Georgia, the Georgia Guide Stones, did a ritual there, did a prayer there. The portal was open. The gods have heard our prayer. The gods say, join now as children in Jah 1, that we do this, because if we don't, we are in trouble. Now, what will happen is, there's a natural mystic blowing in the air. Many more will have to suffer. Many more will have to die, as Bob Marley say. Don't even ask me why. It's because you are not heeding the call. You are listening to people that saying that they are revolutionaries, who don't have your best interest in mind. And you are program of the Matrix, by the Matrix, to not listen to sound right reason from your brother the Rastafari, Ital, Ayman I. You have become prejudiced against your own brothers and your own sisters, and you accept nothing unless it is entertainment. Time out for the dancing. Time out for the buffoonery. Time out for the entertainment. It is now time to let the dogs out. You are now in tune. On the one, the force itself. At this time, we call the Holy Master Blaster jamming. We are a people who are in captivity, who are crying, who are barking to be let loose. We live in a time, brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters, mothers against fathers. We are in that time that the Holy Scripture is talking about. So we must realize that it is time to set the captive free. And study quickly the Holy Book of Wonder. As Marcus Garvey said, the prophet Marcus Garvey asked a great question. Where are our men of great affairs? So we know that we have been infiltrated by the homosexual, the gay, lesbian community, and there are no men left. Many are called, but few are chosen. If we don't unite, what's going to happen is all of you are going to get wiped out, and then the ships will come in and deliver the chosen few from the earth. We can beat the odds. This is not an ego thing with me. I would like to see the holy concert. I would like to see the Master Blaster jamming, but many of you have become faggots. Many of you have become queer. Many of you are overcome with fear. You're afraid of people you think that are Illuminati, that you think that are enlightened beings who are only faggots hiding behind their money. They have no power. The people that build the pyramids have the power. They are Anunnaki. They're black. It has been written already that the Anunnaki had a meeting on the Giza Plateau, and they said, for posterity, for the future, when the people would ask, who built the great monuments? They said, we will put the face of our brother Enki on the Sphinx, that the people of the future know that who built the pyramids were black. We have nothing to fear. We are the power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge was power then. Knowledge is power now. Knowledge has always been the power. And it is written in the place for us to see there is nothing to fear but fear itself. The Anunnaki left their face in stone that we know that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. We have nothing to fear. All we have to do is unite. Everybody out there are not faggots. Everybody out there are not in a mode of psychosis. Everybody out there are not in reprobated minds. When two or more gather in the name of truth, truth is in their midst. You are now in tune. On the one, the force itself. At this time, we call the Holy Master Blaster jamming. Let us unite before it's too late. Yes, I am. Rastafari liveth every time.